What's going on, everybody? Welcome to today's first video. And in today's first video, we're going to take a look at Bitcoin and see what it's doing on the 4-hour, the daily, and the weekly chart. We're also going to take a look at the Bitcoin dominance at the end of this video, see if we can find any clues on what is going to happen next for Bitcoin. So let's not waste any time here and jump straight on in to the 4-hour chart. And on the 4-hour chart, guys, you can see Bitcoin just actually broke my first resistance point, which we had at 54,235, and is now going back up to our next point, which I have is 55,900. So we can see a pretty decent move here within the next couple hours, guys, up to about a 2% move up to about 55,900. That's where we have a pretty big resistance looking left. We do have previous support at this area and a bunch of different confluences, previous support here. Just a lot of confluence in that general area. So look for some resistance as we start moving up. You can see what really catalyzed that was previous resistance 1, 2, 3, and 4 times. We have now breaking that downwards resistance. So this is looking really freaking good, guys, for Bitcoin. Going over, of course, the rest of this week. This should be a pretty decent sized week here for Bitcoin going forward. You can also see we have room to run on our 4-hour time frame here. As you guys can see, our 4-hour RSI is only sitting at about a 62. So we do have room to run here for Bitcoin on the 4-hour chart. Now, switching on over to the daily, you guys can see we're right at our pretty big resistance, right? This is our daily 20 moving average. And this usually kind of tells us what our short-term and medium-term trend is for Bitcoin. And you can see we're right at that level right now, trying to get back above it. If we can get back above this, that's going to flip me short-term bullish, right? If we get rejected from this, which we have in the past, we'll take a look at it in a second. But when we have gotten rejected this in the past, we usually come back down to our 140-day moving average, which right now sits at about right about 45,000 as we speak right now. So we don't want to get rejected from this. We want to get above it. You guys can see when we're above this, we're generally in a bullish trend and confirm it as support and move on up. When we're below it, it tends to be our resistance. We look back in the past here, we haven't really been below it too much. But you guys can see when we can't get above it and sustain it, we usually come back down and retest the 140-day moving average. We did the same thing here where this was basically a resistance for about a week here. And same thing over here, about our resistance for a week before moving on up higher. So we do want to get back above that 20-day moving average. It's pretty important for us to do that. If we even go back into 2017, guys, you guys can see when we broke down below that, I mean, it usually ended up being resistance for a few days right here before moving on up higher, okay? It's been a couple times. Not going to go through every single time, but nonetheless, we do need to get back over that. You can see our daily RSI got a nice move back up to the upside after getting the lowest it's been, guys, really since the March crash back in last year. So we were due for a good size bounce, and we got the bounce of the century here, going up from about 47,000 all the way back up to 55,000 in a span of about 2 days. So really freaking good bounce there for BTC. Switching over to the weekly charts, you guys can see we're back over our weekly support band, right? It's our 10-week moving average and our 20-week moving average. We are now back over that 10-week moving average after slightly dipping below it. That's the first time we actually dipped below our 10-week moving average since about September. And we didn't even come back down to our 20-week, right? We literally got a bounce back up halfway, right? So the big market movers playing their games there, as everyone expecting us to have buy orders here at the 20-week moving average, and we actually got a nice green dildo ahead of that. Now, what I am looking for that would flip me super bullish here in the medium term is if we can make a bullish engulfing candle here on the weekly. So if we can get back above the level of, this level here at about 56,300 by obviously the weekly close, which is Sunday, that's going to flip me pretty damn medium-term bullish here, especially if we can get that weekly engulfing candle. That's exactly what we want to see. That's going to show a complete medium-term trend reversal, as we have been in the slight downturn, obviously, in the last couple of weeks. But really good stuff there. Our weekly stock RSI, you guys know we've been talking about this, hasn't quite yet to turn up yet. But I think once we get that weekly close on Sunday, we're going to see that start turning up, and we're going to see our next big run up here for BTC. But as long as that stays down there, we should be pretty good. It's going to give us more time to run. You guys can see we really, as low as we have really since about September 2019 on the stock RSI. So we were definitely due for some type of uptrend here on the weekly, and we have now gotten it. Now switch on to the Bitcoin dominance, guys. I think the Bitcoin dominance is due for a bounce for Bitcoin against altcoins. You guys can see we're at a critical level right here, the same level we were back in 2017. You look to the left here. This was a big point of confluence. This was a point where we did get a decent bounce here, back up to obviously these levels up here towards the 70% dominance. I don't think we go quite that high in this bull market just because how strong the altcoins are in this bull market, but I do expect sometime a relief bounce here, probably back up to just basic support and resistance, probably a relief rally back up to this like 58% on the dominance, kind of confirm our old support as new resistance, and then see altcoins continue to fly again over the course of the next couple months. So that is what I kind of see for Bitcoin today, guys. I mean, Bitcoin, I am expecting it to continue up here. Right now, as we speak, it's actually pushing 55,000, which is pretty damn exciting. I'll catch you guys in the next video coming up shortly. Make sure you guys leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.